man conquers atom. The beginning of a new era, the space era. Within ready reach, new planets, new worlds, with potential reservoirs of incalculable wealth.
Well, I like that incalculable wealth bit, but reaching for the moon?
Know a shortcut, lady?
Short and sweet. You can marry it.
Lunch? I'm starved.
Hi, Loco.
Where'll we eat? How about the Happy Hungarian Hideaway?
We ate there last time, and we had the meatballs, and we didn't feel too good afterward.
Oh, I don't care. I'm so hungry I could eat a horse.
I think we did. Anyway, I can't leave yet. My boss is talking to a very important client, B.J. Gilmore, and I want to be sure...
B.J. Gilmore? The Hollywood producer? He's in there?
Loco? Do you know what I'm going to do the minute he walks through that door?
Offer to marry him?
Of course not. Don't be silly.
Then let me offer to marry him.
I'm going to talk to him about Greta. See if I can't get her a screen test.
Hey, do you think it's possible?
It's about time Greta got a break. She certainly hasn't been getting anywhere down at that television studio, escorting people in and out of isolation booths.
Lately, she's been getting stuck with all the losers.
Spending the rest of her time typing scripts.
Yes, she does all the work, and then some actress who can't type nearly as well gets the part.
So glad you dropped in, B.J. We'll keep our eyes on the lad marble, and if it looks as though it might do anything, we'll get right on it.
Fine. I'll be in town for about 10 days. You know where to call me.
Yeah.
Bye now.
Mr. Gilmore.
Yes?
Could I talk to you for a minute? I'm Miss McCall, and this is Miss Jones.
How do you do?
We just want to tell you how much we enjoy your pictures.
Thank you.
And especially Cowboy from Outer Space. Oh, Rock LaRue was terrific when he shot it out with the men on the moon.
Thank you.
There's the phone. Why, it may be for you.
I didn't hear any phone.
Yes, operator. Oh, he's here. There's a long-distance phone call coming in for you. What? Yes, operator. We'll wait. I suppose you're in New York looking for talent.
I'm always doing that.
Well, Loco and I, we have a friend who...
Who wants to get into pictures?
Yes, and
she's very talented.
Yes, that's right.
And she was Miss Sheboygan of 1955.
She didn't tell us about that.
Practically everybody wants to get into pictures. Sort of a national disease.
Oh, but Greta is really very good. All she needs is a break.
Isn't it true that the movie business is always looking for more new faces?
Yes, in the audience. What's happening?
Yes, operator. We're waiting.
Has this friend of yours had any experience?
Oh, well, she's been in television for about a year.
Do you think she's capable?
Oh, she does 120 words a minute.
That is with the fast-talking part. Can you give her a screen test, Mr. Gilmore?
I'm afraid that's not very practical. But I'll be in town for a few days, and, well, if your friend has a part in one of her TV shows while I'm here, well, you can call me at the Park Savoy, and I promise to watch.
That's perfect. Thanks ever so much, Mr. Gilmore. What? Operator, I don't understand you. Oh. I'm terribly sorry, Mr. Gilmore. It was a wrong number.
Oh, well. Goodbye.
And say hello to Rock LaRue.
Loco, do you know what this means? Greta's practically on her way to Hollywood right now. Isn't that wonderful?
Yeah, if she makes it, she'll have everything a girl could want. Money, cars, furs, her own box at the races,
her own table at all the restaurants. Wait a minute. Suppose she gets out there and fails.
Well, then she'll have her own window at the unemployment office.
Greta, do you realize what it would mean to have B.J. Gilmore see you act? Why, he's only the most important man in Hollywood, that's all.
That's right. His word is law in the movies.
He does anything he wants. Why, he even made a Western where the Indians won.
Sure, it sounds great. But how am I going to get on television?
You work for a producer at United. Just ask him to put you in one of his plays.
I've tried, but he can only see me leading people in and out of isolation booths or taking dictation or typing. I'm just a glorified secretary.
Well, complain. Tell him you don't want to be just a secretary.
I did. So yesterday he made me a production assistant.
Hey, that sounds better. What do you do?
Take dictation, type, lead people in and out of isolation.
Greta, you'll never get another opportunity like this.
I know it. I will try again. They're casting a new play at the studio tomorrow, and I'll get into it somehow.
Now you're talking.
Takes place in the South. It's called The Magnolia Tree.
Get a part, any part, even if you have to play one of the branches.
You can do it, Greta. Think of what it'll mean. You'll go to Hollywood and become a big star. Oh, maybe even overnight.
Yeah, and after you become a big star, you'll probably forget all about us.
Forget about you. Don't be silly. Just because I'll be on top of the world, with fame and fortune, money, handsome men throwing themselves at me, beautiful clothes. Say, before I leave, maybe you'd better write your names down on a piece of paper.
Morning, Greta.
Good morning, Mr. Tompkins. Sir, your office is nice and clean. I sharpened all your pencils, and there's a fresh box of bicarbonate on your desk. I'll have your coffee ready in a minute.
And there is no part for you in the Magnolia Tree.
Really now, Mr. Tompkins, honey? I'm just the most southern belle you ever did meet, you hear me now?
Unfortunately.
Oh, come on, boss. Just a little old teensy-weensy part for little old me.
The answer is no, Greta. I've told you before. No. N-O.
Well, as long as your mind isn't closed. Hi, y'all. Here's your coffee. Oh, my goodness. It smells better than black-eyed peas and candied yams, y'all.
Did you order coffee or a mint julep?
No matter what I ordered. I'm getting ham. Greta, would you please sit down and take a few casting notes?
I sure will, Mr. Tompkins, honey.
And stop that! All right. Where were we, Charlie, now? Oh, yeah. Somebody to play the old lady. She's got to look 70, huh?
Yeah.
Somehow I see a much younger woman in the part.
Greta!
Suppose we get Jane Wilson for the part,
Yeah. Now, would you mind taking a note on that?
Now, our next little problem... Oh, yes. We need someone to play the old lady's granddaughter. Now, according to the writer's description here, a 5-year-old child.
Somehow I see a much older woman in the part. Well, I was...
Greta, there is no part in this play for you. Now, you've been pestering me ever since you came to work here. I hired you as a production assistant, not as an actress. Now, will you stop before you drive me out of my mind?
Mr. Tompkins.
All right, let's get on with it. Hey, how about that little girl I used 3 months...
I know, in the Western.
Right. I surrender unconditionally. Look, you've got a part. Will you stop crying and let's get back to work?
Who's crying? Well, I told you I was a good actress. And then he said it was okay, I could have the part. Now listen to this. In the second act, there's a knock on the door. I come in and I say, Professor McDermott, your car is waiting.
Well, go on. Let's have the rest of it.
Well, that's it.
Oh, I liked it. It kind of gets you, doesn't it?
Are you kidding? That's only about 10 seconds long. If Gilmore is watching and he happens to blink his eyes, your whole career is shot.
What can I do?
Couldn't you sort of stretch the part a little? You know, make it last longer.
Oh, sure. Why don't I just come on and do Hamlet's soliloquy?
Oh, I don't think you ought to steal another actor's lines.
Wait a minute. Loco's got it. Greta, why can't you be creative about this? What do the actors call it? Padding the part.
Well, I suppose I could try.
Go on, honey. Let's see what you can do with it. And put some emotion in it.
Yeah. Some emotion.
Only don't be coy. Give it the works.
Okay. Now, somebody knock and then say, come in. That's the cue. I'll make an entrance.
Loco, knock on the door. Loco, it's only somebody knocking on the door. It isn't the FBI raiding the place. Come in.
Professor McDermott. About the car. I believe you wanted to use it this morning. I called the garage, had them check the water and oil, put some air in the tires, clean the windshield, fill the gas tank, and, well, everything has been taken care of. So if you're ready, Professor McDermott, the car is waiting.
More like it. Almost 2 minutes. That's a lot better than 10 seconds.
Do you think they'll let me say all that?
Well, of course. You can't be on for 2 minutes and say nothing.
Now that we're all set, I'll call Gilmore and tell him you're going to be in the magnolia tree. Then I'll invite him over for cocktails to watch the show.
Shouldn't be any problem, Charlie. Just turn it to time.
Well, we're 2 minutes over, according to the last rehearsal.
Got to be some place to trim it. There always is.
The ideal cut could be that part you gave Greta?
Oh, no, Charlie. I couldn't do that. Oh, my life wouldn't be worth 2 cents. She'd poison my coffee. Oh, besides, it's only 10 seconds.
That's what you think.
What do you mean?
You haven't been to rehearsal.
Huh.
She's got this thing built up to exactly 2 minutes.
2 minutes? To tell a man his car is waiting?
She's likely to win the Academy Award with this thing.
Yes, I got to see. Greta,
Yes?
come in here.
Yes, sir. So, if you're ready, Professor McDermott, the car is waiting.
Greta? You're sure you don't want to do a couple of choruses of stormy weather for a finish? Oh, Charlie, there's your 2 minutes. What a beautiful cut.
Oh, no, Mr. Tompkins. Please don't cut me out of the show.
Oh, sorry, Greta. I can't take a chance on you.
Oh, but this is so important. If you cut my part, I don't know what I'll do. I'll kill myself.
Could you hold it off another week? Because the next show we're doing, we're going to need a corpse.
But they just can't throw you out of the play, Greta. What am I going to tell Gilmore?
Tell him the truth. It's my own fault. I should have left the line the way it was.
You only did what any good actress would do. You took a part and made it a living, breathing thing.
If it was so healthy, how come it died so young?
What you need is an agent. They only charge 10% of what you make.
Oh, Loco, who'd want 10% of nothing?
Well, till you get a job, offer 15%.
I think we can find you an agent, Greta.
What are you talking about, Mike? You?
Why not? I'll go down and see your boss tomorrow. Believe me, I'll show them that nobody pushes my clients around.
You know something, Greta? I think she's worth 15%.
Hi, honey. Tell Mr. Tompkins, Miss McCall is here to see him.
Oh, Mike, it'll never work.
No, that's no attitude to take. At least we can try it.
Oh, Greta, give me 6 copies of these revisions, will you? Oh, yes?
Mr. Tompkins, this is my friend, Mike McCall.
Oh, how do you do? Will you get on this right away, Greta?
She's my agent.
Yeah, when you finish them, will you send them over to... She's a what?
I'm Miss Hanson's agent.
An agent? For secretaries? Next thing we'll have agents for agents.
Mr. Tompkins, I merely stopped by to convince
All
you...
right. What is it you want? Longer coffee breaks? Maybe less dictation. A shorter sentence. Or maybe time and a half for semicolons.
Mr. Tompkins, I represent Miss Hanson as an actress. Now, I understand you cut her out of the magnolia tree.
Oh, yes. Yes, in my spare time, I'm a tree surgeon.
Cut out completely and ruthlessly without any regard for her feelings.
Oh, well, perhaps I should have used Novocaine.
Mr. Tompkins, I don't wish to waste time. Now, just restore Miss Hanson's part and all the lines that go with it, and I'll be on my way.
Oh, now that's a very tempting offer. But I'm afraid I can't...
Can't I at least have my original line back?
No. Now, will you please sit down and type?
Well, Greta, since Mr. Tompkins won't listen to reason, I'm afraid we'll just have to accept that other offer.
What other offer? Oh, yes, that other offer.
From another network, as they say.
I see. And just when did you receive that other offer?
Well, you see,
I had her audition for a part a few days ago, and the producer was
Oh,
simply
so that's why you took 3 hours for lunch every day.
Oh, no, Mr. Tompkins, I was hungry.
Look, Miss McCall, I dislike high-pressure tactics, so I suggest you try that other network. See if you can get Miss Hanson a job. As a secretary.
Mike, I'm fired.
Yes, I'm not much of an agent.
Now she tells me. And while we're still on speaking terms, you're fired, too. Might as well call Gilmore and tell him not to come over tonight.
Now, let's not lose our heads.
I can't afford to. That's all I've got left.
What I mean, Greta, is that Gilmore wouldn't have seen too much of you, even the way you built your part up.
So?
Let Gilmore come to the apartment tonight. I just got an idea. It just came to me right out of the air.
Well, put it back. If it's anything like your other ideas, it needs all the air it can get. Well, how do I look?
Like a dream.
Oh, I'm afraid we're all dreaming. I haven't got a chance.
Oh, of course you have. Just play it big.
Oh, that's him.
All right, get lost in the bedroom. And remember, when I give you your cue, make your entrance big.
Okay, but if this thing flops, you'll be in trouble. Big.
Come in, Mr. Gilmore. How nice of you to come.
Hello, Miss McCall. Miss Jones?
We can't tell you how much we appreciate your coming. We know how busy you are.
Well, anything I can do to discover new talent and develop it is worth the effort.
Please sit down.
Oh, yes, sit.
Well, shall we turn on the television? We don't want to miss your friend.
Mr. Gilmore, we have a surprise for you. Mr. Gilmore, Miss Greta Hanson, your next big star.
J.B. So good of you to come.
Don't tell me the television studio's in your bedroom.
Television? Please, don't even mention the word. I'm a legitimate actress.
But weren't you supposed to be in the magnolia tree?
I walked out. Simply walked out.
At the last minute?
Well, you know how these talented people are. Very temperamental.
Oh, yes. She's on her good behavior right now.
Anyway, I think they got someone to fill in for her. I believe it was Helen Hayes.
Oh, well, Greta likes to see these new kids get a break.
Well, I can't say that I'm not disappointed. I was rather looking forward to seeing your performance.
Well, why don't I do something for you now?
What a wonderful idea.
Well, you might run through some of the parts you had in the magnolia tree.
Oh, not that. Oh, it was an awful part. So long and draggy.
Well, it was nothing, really.
But I would just like to hear
Why
the...
don't you do some Shakespeare?
Shakespeare?
All right.
Out, damn it, Spot. Out, I say. Yet who would have thought the old man to have had so much blood in him? All the perfumes of Arabia could not sweeten this little hand. Oh. Oh. Oh.
Gee, that's beautiful. Now I wish I'd stayed awake in high school English.
Greta, you're fabulous. Betty Davis couldn't have done it any better.
Bless you for being so impartial.
Widescreen all the way. Well, Mr. Gilmore?
I'm afraid I'm not interested in Shakespearean actresses. I was hoping to see you in the Magnolia Tree, but, well, it doesn't matter. I'll be going.
Oh, wait. Greta, maybe you'd better do a scene from the Magnolia Tree for Mr. Gilmore.
But I...
Go on, do it.
Professor McDermott, your car's waiting.
Is that it?
Oh, no, there's a lot more to it.
Oh, sure. In the end, she shoots Professor McDermott.
See, she's really in love with the professor, only she feels that he prefers a world of science.
And she's only his secretary, so
Girls,
what could she do?
I know the Magnolia Tree as well as I know my name. He's going to make it into a movie. That's why I was so anxious to see you in it. In the play, Professor McDermott is a professor of literature, not science. His secretary is in love with him, true, but she happens to be his wife. And his wife doesn't shoot him. He shoots his wife.
Mr. Gilmore is right. I'm sorry, but this was all just a big act to try to impress you. I did have a part in the Magnolia Tree, but it was so small they killed it.
It would have died of malnutrition anyway.
I do want to be an actress, and this seemed like such an opportunity. It's silly, of course, and I owe you an apology. I guess I should even apologize for calling you J.B.
Yes. Yes, you should. Because it happens to be B.J.
Well, thanks for being such a good sport about it. I've learned one thing, though. There's no quick way to success. Good night, Mr. Gilmore.
Wait a minute now. You're not getting rid of me that easily.
You mean you really think she can act?
Oh, that's wonderful. You're going to Hollywood. But don't sign anything. I did 5 years ago, and I'm still getting the magazines.
Wait a minute, please. Now, I didn't say anything about going to Hollywood. I do think you have some talent. But you know you're not ready to be a star, don't you?
Of course.
You must have more experience. You should continue to work in television. Act as often as you can. And in another year or so, get in touch with me again.
Mr. Gilmore is right.
I will get another job, and I'll really start working on my career.
Yes, a job. Well, a producer friend of mine here in New York said he's looking for a girl. Now, hand me the telephone. Now, I don't know exactly what he wants, but I'm sure you'll get the job.
Rodney, my darling, no matter where you go, no matter what you do, I'll always be with you, thinking about you, caring for you till the end of time.
Okay. Type up 6 copies. Have them ready for rehearsal tomorrow. Go and get me some coffee.
Right.
Greta. Nice to have you back.
Well, now, that's mighty kind of y'all, Mr. Tompkins, honey. I'm glad to be back. Quick, somebody turn on the television set. I'm on. It was shot for a commercial yesterday. It's on film.
And now this message from our sponsor.
This is it.
Most girls do a lot of walking during the course of their daily activities. And for this walking...
There's Greta. I recognize the shoes. They're mine.
Well, it obviously isn't a commercial for hats.
No, it's stockings. But I didn't know the camera was just shooting my legs.
Looks like you're learning television from the ground up.
Well, at least it's a start.
Congratulations, honey. You finally got your feet wet.